Hello everyone. After a break, we are back with English class. This time a new lesson. That's The Gardener by P. Lankesh. About the author, well, all of you know about him. He was an Indian writer and journalist who wrote in Kannada. His first work was Kereya Neeranu Kerege Challi. He has written many short stories, poetry, novels, critical essays, translations, plays, and films. In the year 1976, the film Pallavi, which was based on his novel Biruku, won India's National Award for Best Direction. Okay, now let's get to the pre reading activity, the first one. This story, before I start telling you about the pre reading activity, tells us about the human psychology and how the psyche or how the complex mind works. So, before that, we need to know about some things. Here, the pre reading activity speaks about the difference between competition and rivalry. So, competition is always with people in general, and rivalry is something which is a synonym of enmity and which is between two or more enemies. Okay, competition is healthy, and rivalry, it becomes toxic in the sense that competition is something which makes a person helps a person grow in a positive manner, whereas rivalry brings about a lot of negativity in it, and that's why it is a toxic way of reacting to a particular situation. Competition can prove to be productive. Well, as I said, it's healthy way of competing, and it's a healthy way of going about things. So it helps a person to grow. It is something which is productive at the end, whereas rivalry, it proves to be destructive because of the negativity in the nature of the people, the rivals. It leads to destructive ways and destruction normally. Competition comes with rules and regulations. In a competition, all of you know that there are a set rules and regulations, and the person has to abide by them. Whereas, as far as rivalry is concerned, rules and regulations aren't respected at all, so they are not followed at all. People do whatever they wish to, however they wish to, because they consider the other person as their enemy. So that is how it goes. Competition is an impersonal process, meaning to say that the person or the people taking part in a competition have the set goal that they need to achieve, and keeping in mind the rules and regulations, they work towards it. They do not take it personally, in the sense that it is taken as something that they need to achieve, and they put in their best abilities to get that through their abilities. Whereas rivalry is a personal process where things are taken so much personally that it it is taken to an extent where the ego is hurt or somebody's pride is hurt, and people start behaving in that manner. So that is where that personal thing comes in, and that is where it starts getting out of hands and becomes destructive in that way. I mean, then competition is a peaceful and a non-violent process, uh, because it has a set of rules. It is healthy, it is productive, so there's no violence involved in competition. People abide by the things that it is supposed to be that are supposed to be, whereas rivalry is generally a violent process because of rules and regulations not being respected, because it has so much of negativity in it. with the word enmity, it makes it so clear that people involved, or the ones who consider each other as rivals, they uh, can go to any extent, and that makes that complete process turn into violence. So this is the basic difference between competition and rivalry that you can understand, you should understand. You will come across some of these things in the lesson. Okay, now the next pre-reading activity: driving forces that motivate humans. Well, before that, you should understand what driving forces are. What does that mean? It means that a desire to uh, make or do something. Okay, driving forces, a desire to achieve something. So what are the driving forces that motivate humans to achieve something, is something that we are going to speak about here. Well, financial goals. uh, if one has set a goal of reaching a particular financial level in life, that is a great driving force for someone to achieve something. Okay, so financial goals is a great driving force for humans to move towards a certain direction. Acquisition of fame. Now, another driving force that motivates human beings is fame. Everybody wants to acquire fame in life. So, to acquire fame, people have some set goals and move towards a set direction. Okay, that is a driving force. That fame is a driving force for people to do things, to achieve things in life. Preservation of self esteem. Well, self esteem is nothing but everyone wants to be recognized, everyone wants to be respected in the society and valued in the society. So, after reaching a particular level, everyone wants to preserve that self esteem that they have in the society and amongst the people that they know in the community. So, to preserve that self esteem, that recognition, love, respect, value, people move towards a different work towards a definite way, and that proves to be one driving force which motivates people to act in a certain way. Now, fear of losing, another very important driving force that makes people or motivates people to move in a certain way, or to act accordingly, is the fear of losing whatever they have acquired till that particular time. uh, they do not want to lose that. They do not want to, it can be even the loved ones that they have. So the status, the people, all these things, whatever they have with them, the fear of losing that makes people behave in a certain manner or go towards a certain direction so as to achieve or to maintain those things in life. So that is one driving force. Living up to expectations, another important driving force that motivates people to work or achieve something, is to live up to the expectations. That can be the expectations of their the family, the friends, the society, the close ones that you are related to. So as they, as per the expectations of the people, they want to not disappoint them, they want to live up to that. So that makes them move towards a certain direction or to achieve some things. The last one is physical and mental well-being. So another driving force is that motivates human beings to uh, achieve something in life, is the physical and mental well-being. All of us know that if we have a sound mind and a sound body, we can make things possible in life. We can work and achieve things. So, along with physical fitness, mental well being is also important. So, to achieve that, to have a better life, to achieve the goals in life, people uh, want to keep themselves or are concerned about the physical and mental well being. So, that is to achieve a particular a position of a good fitness as far as mental and physical is concerned, people move or work to work in a certain way. So that can be another driving force. Okay. So coming to the lesson here, we have two plots. Okay, plots are uh, the the basic storyline. Okay, so this the storyline has, we have these two plots in the story. The first one is old man, owner of the garden, and owner's wife. Plot 2 has these two people, Tamanna and Basavaya. All right, arrival of the old man. Now, the story begins here that the author starts saying that he meets an old man in a coconut grove near Chennarayapatna, and he finds that the old man has eyes suffused with strange memories and native intelligence. Suffused means full of strange memories in his eyes, and he seemed to be quite intelligent. Native intelligence means he seemed to be pretty uh, intelligent. I mean, naturally, his eyes revealed his intelligence, his intellect. So, his he was a tall figure, had grey hair, beak-like nose, strong muscular arms, and on in one hand he held a spade, and there was a newspaper tucked under his arm. He seemed to be a laborer, overseer, and philosopher. So he seemed to be all these three things in one. So an overseer is someone who is who acts as a supervisor. So he seemed to be a laborer, a supervisor, and a philosopher as well. The way he looked, or the look that he had in his eyes, revealed all these things. Now, as an overseer, he solved the problems of the workers and helped in increasing the income of the owner. Now, as we know that in the first plot, I told you about the old man, the owner of a farm, a plantation, and the owner's wife. So, when this man was found by the owner of the plantation, he was employed as an overseer there. So as soon as he was employed there, he seemed to be so good because he was a laborer, as it has been mentioned. He seemed to be so well versed with agriculture, in agriculture, that he happened to take up his responsibilities pretty well, and he solved the problems, the petty thefts and the fights that used to take place amongst the laborers in the amongst the workers in the farm. He took care of all those problems, and as a result of that, everything started functioning so well that it increased the income of the owner. So the owner started thriving. He was his way of life completely changed. Now, the plantation owner and his wife. Okay, so as a result of the old man's hard work, we get to know that the plantation expanded, and as a result of that, the owner became lazy. He became very lethargic. He stopped working hard, and he was completely dependent on the old man. There were some changes in his behavior as well. That was that his lifestyle changed, and he stopped working hard. He uh, because of the increase in his wealth and his social prestige, he started getting involved in many colorful activities, events, and vices. So he became famous not just in his village but in the neighboring areas as well. His activities increased, and they were pretty colorful. He also got involved in vices. So that is how the change was brought about after the old man came in the plantation owner's life. Now, his wife was concerned because she felt that their life was getting out of control. She did not know whether she should thank the presence of the old man because he had taken up his responsibilities so well, and the plantation was growing so well. Everything was so well settled as far as the business was concerned, but their life was going out of control. So that was something which concerned her. So one day, she was sitting at a place, and the old man, he found her sitting there, and he could make out that, looking at her face, he got to know that she was in a troubled state of mind. So he just happened to start a little conversation with her, and with that he started narrating a story to the plantation owner's wife. That is how it starts here. So, the remaining part of the lesson would be continued in the next class.